It's finally happening. We are finally getting an official Stardew Valley North American physical release on the Nintendo Switch and PC as well. This is what I've been waiting for ever since this game was first announced. It made no sense to me why they didn't make a physical release of this game for the Switch. They did it for the PS4 and the Xbox One of all systems. Like PS4, I can kind of see it because there's been a lot of like Harvest Moon type games that went on the Sony consoles. There's never been a Harvest Moon game or Story of Seasons game on a Microsoft console. So that to me made no sense. And then you didn't give it to Nintendo. It made I don't understand it at all. But they did make a physical copy of the game in Japan. It came in a collector's edition, and because I love the series so much, I needed this because I needed this game physical on the Switch. It can be played totally in English, but I already have it digitally on the Switch because that's what I wanted. I wanted to play it in handheld or having the option. I go back and forth because it's really the kind of game that you can get lost when you're playing it on the console, but it's so much fun to kind of relax in bed late at night, lights all off, and just playing handheld. That is the way that I think the game should really be experienced. But they're actually releasing it on the Switch and PC in North America. I'm so freaking happy. There's going to be two editions, so you can either get the standard edition, which would just be essentially the game and a few extra things, and you can also get the collector's edition, and we'll kind of take a look at that. And I just feel that this year is such a perfect year for this, because not only we're getting a lot of games that are in this kind of realm. So obviously, the remake of Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town came out this year on the Nintendo Switch as well. Story of Seasons. Great little game here. I still prefer the originals that were Friends of Mineral Town on the Game Boy Advance and also Back to Nature on PS1. But I'm having fun with it. Animal Crossing New Horizons did phenomenally well financially. And that's kind of similar a little bit. And even like Ruin Factory 4, we got a special edition of this earlier this year at the very beginning of the year. And hopefully we're going to be getting a Ruin Factory 5. So I really like that we're getting games that are very much in this genre of a farming sim life kind of thing. And Stardew Valley, to me, it's either this one or Harvest Moon Back to Nature that's my favorite in this genre. But Stardew Valley is such a love letter to the old school gaming. And it's a new game, so it doesn't have the nostalgic factor. So that's why I'm still having a hard time picking my favorite out of the two between Back to Nature and Stardew Valley. But either way, so excited for this. This will be my fourth time getting the game. I have it digitally. I have the collector's edition from Japan. I have it on PS4, and now I'm going to be getting the collector's edition that they have here coming out in North America. I think in November, I believe it is November 6th is when they're hoping to have the release. So we're going to take a look at this. So the regular edition, if you go for the standard, it is $5 cheaper either way on PC. So it's $29 on PC for the regular edition, and it's $34 for the the Switch edition of it. So $5 more, and then for the collector's edition, once again $64 for the PC and $69 for the Switch version. And these are American dollars as well, not Canadian. Unfortunately, I wish it was, but it's not. Now, in the standard edition, you are still getting a manual by the looks of it. So it does look like it comes with a manual that kind of goes over a little bit about foraging seasons. There's a map of Stardew Valley. So you're still getting quite a few things in here. And the cover art. The cover art, now, this is what we've been getting before. And it's so weird that they called this the collector's edition on the PS4. Like, honestly, and actually, like, what we got with it was awesome, but I wouldn't call it a collector's edition. We did get a soundtrack, and we did get an actual map that folds out, and the mini guidebook, which is essentially what I think we're going to be getting with the standard edition, that it will come with this manual, this little guidebook that we have here, because it looked actually that looked exactly like it did, or very similar anyway, to what they were showing. We'll put that off to the side, but the cover is just gorgeous. I love how busy it is, how colorful it is, and that it is a drawing instead of the actual gameplay. I do love gameplay when you can show that this is exactly what the game looks like, but you rarely ever get that with covers. So I really like that they went with this very pleasing and beautiful artwork. And now, the collector's edition, let's take a look at that, because here, there's tons of stuff that's collected here. So, obviously, you get the game, and the cover art is, once again, even, or not the cover art, sorry, the box itself just looks beautiful. I also like that they changed it up, and they made it look different. Now, the only negative that I have about the collector's edition from Japan is that it's so plain. Like, I can kind of get it, you know, they're going for, I don't know. I would, like, yeah, that's, you know, your house is made out of wood. I don't know. But I love this. And I also like that they went with a different cover from what the actual copy of the game is. There you have the cover art, the PC version. Then you get this little standee of a bunch of livestock, and that just looks absolutely adorable as well. It actually looks like they're kind of maybe like actually made out of wood, because it kind of looks like a puzzle piece to a degree. There it is, kind of standing out. I like that they put stuff in the background that you would see. Like, that looks like a tomato in the background, or I don't know what that is, because the end is kind of different. Lemon, I can see a rose and some other kind of purple flower. There's a little quick video. Oh, that's kind of cool. They do have, if you go on the site, you can actually see a quick little video. They have the collector's edition comic book. So it did come out with a comic book that kind of has a little bit of information. Also kind of bringing all the events to what you're at today in the game. It's also quite cute. Actually, I've seen a comic before, and I don't know if this is the exact same one. Another little thing that it comes with, you get the deed to the land. I think that this is kind of cool. That's also just like a really nice added thing there. I don't know what this is. Some kind of cloth, I guess. And if you do the pre-order, you also get a bonus poster, 10 by 16 folded, which is kind of cool. Oh, but it's only until August 15th, so only another few days that you'd have to pre-order it. And then you kind of have everything together. So I just absolutely love this. This is definitely the version that I'm going to be getting. I'm going to definitely get the Switch version. Part of me wants to get the PC one as well. And I would potentially play it on PC, because PC, you could change things up with mods and things like that. And you could totally change the game completely, but I have it so, you know, at this point, why not? And then I could get the Xbox One to round out everything. And the Xbox One would probably be the only one that I don't actually ever touch. I still don't get why that one got it before the Switch did. But whatever, we're finally getting this, and it's an actual much better collector's edition, even standard edition that we're getting. So I'm very happy about this. If Stardew Valley has ever interested in you, I definitely recommend looking at a few gameplay videos and seeing if this is the kind of game that could interest you, because this is going to be amazing, and I cannot wait to have it. And honestly, I'm already playing it, so there's nothing going to be different there. But yeah, can't wait to have this in my collection. So thank you all for watching. You've been bearded in. Beardage.